What's up, everybody? So today we're going to be doing a new team here with a big focus on Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir is one of those Pokemon that it's just really good. It has good special attack. It has a decent chunk of bulk. It's just an all-around good Pokemon. Psychic Fairy is really great offensive typing. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have the move Hyper Voice as our first move, right? Hyper Voice is going to be a sound-based move. It's going to be able to hit through Substitute. That's what all sound-based moves can do. And the cool thing is you're going to get that ability Pixelate. So Pixelate upon Mega Evolution, essentially your normal type moves are going to become fairy type moves. So you're also going to get that same type attack bonus. Size Shock is going to be our next move. It's going to be a special move, but it's going to do damage based on the target's defense stat. So it's kind of good here because if your opponents have weak defensive stats, Size Shock will pretty much get rid of it for the most part. We got Trick Room as a move here. You guys know most of my teams, we love our speed control, right? So Trick Room is going to be a form of speed control, especially, I mean, you got a lot of opponents that'll play moves like Tailwind or any team with Sneeze or Unburdened. I mean, this Trick Room is really going to help out. And we got Protect for scouting. And what we did here is we kind of gave some stats to the HP, about 16 just to hit that bump at 159. We got 16 into defense just to hit the bump on 101, 25 and special attack there, 187, and then we got 109 on the speed. That is going to all increase once we Mega Evolve. We're going to go Modest Nature. We're going to be able to lower our attack here and boost our special attack as high as possible. And, you know, ability Trace. I feel like Trace is kind of the best ability for the default Gardevoir because we can send it out. There is a chance where you can copy abilities such as Intimidate and kind of get the -1 on your opponent real quick before Mega Evolution. Next Pokemon we got on the team is Mousehold, right? So you guys know Mousehold is going to be on most of our teams. It's just a really good support, especially in this format. Max HP, max speed, jolly nature. We're not really doing too much with the Mousehold. All we're doing here is Super Fang, right? So Super Fang is going to allow us to hit bulkier targets and cut their HP in half. And then we got Taunt. Mousehold's fast enough to where we can shut down, let's say, opposing Trick Room, things like that, or a setup Pokemon. We got Follow Me here. It's going to be good redirection, protect. And Friend Guard is what we're going to focus on here, right? It's going to reduce the ally damage of 25%. So what I like to do personally is I like to leave Gardevoir, right, next to Mousehold. Friend Guard is going to kick in, and Gardevoir Mega is going to take less damage. So essentially you can go for Hyper Voice spam. You can go for Follow Me. Pretty much Gardevoir is going to be able to shred through some things. Or you can even go for Follow Me into a Trick Room. Things like that. You know, there's some good support utility there. Next Pokemon we got here is our boy. You guys have seen him on the previous team. We got Como. You know, when you find something that works, you just kind of stick to it. This was a little bit different though. 23 into the HP. 20 special attack, 22 speed. We want Modest Nature. We're not really worrying about being as fast as possible. That's where we didn't go Timid. And essentially, same thing, right? You can go Mousehold and you can go Clanging Scales, right? You're going to get the bump there. You're going to be getting protected by Friend Guard. And then Clanging Soul, that's going to boost us by 1 to each one of our stats. Clanging Scale is going to be good stab damage. Kind of the same idea with the Hyper Voice here. We got Protect the Scout. And then the Aura Sphere, it's just so strong as a stab option for special attack. King Gambit, Incineroar, you know, Archaludon, Como's here. We got Soundproof here to stop things like Parting Shot from Incineroar or Hyper Voice from an opposing Sylveon and Gardevoir. Next Pokemon, we got LeBron, Incineroar. Incineroar and LeBron, like they're both goated. 31 HP. 7 defense, 20 Spadef, 88 or 8 speed rather, Careful Nature. Essentially, this is Assault Vest and Incineroar without the Assault Vest, just because, you know, we gave it as much special defense as we could. Fake Out, Parting Shot, Flare Blitz, Throat Chop. I personally like Throat Chop because against opposing Gardevoir and Sylveon, Throat Chop kind of shuts them down. Throat Chop shuts down Primarina. And if you're tactical enough, you can also Throat Chop the opposing Incineroar to stop the Parting Shot. I thought that's really good. We got the Intimidate there. But the next Pokemon we got is Aerodactyl, right? Aerodactyl, I got it from the recruitment. Aerodactyl the Sociable. He's really good. 18 into HP, 11 and 8 into the attack and defense, and 29 speed. Jolly, right? So Jolly is going to make us as fast as we can get. Dual Wing Beat is such a good move because we use this to deal with Sneasler, right? I know there are some updated Sneasler sets where Sneasler can survive a Dual Wing Beat, but for the most Sneasler that are max, this is going to get you the victory there. We got Rock Slide, 30% chance to flinch. It's just going to be very powerful, right? Because some instances you can literally lead Ensign, and you can do that. We got Tailwind, so like you can go Fake Out, Tailwind, or you can go Fake Out, Rock Slide. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do a lot here, right? It's a good combo. Our ability is going to be Unnerve, which is going to be very powerful. It's going to make the opponents unable to eat berries, right? So a really good tech is you can go Como, right? We know King Gambit and Cineroar, a lot of those Pokemon have Cold Blueberry. So we can go Aura Sphere. With this out, they're not going to eat their berry. You're going to get the KO. So that's good there. We got Tailwind as a form of speed control. So essentially you got two forms of speed control here. We got Tailwind there, and we got Trick Room. So you can kind of use that based on what you think your opponent has. And the next Pokemon we got here is one that I really want to talk about is Aegislash, right? Aegislash, legit, it's such a good Pokemon. Stance change, and you know, I used Aegislash before, if you guys have ever seen the streams, but 30 HP, 31 attack, a little bit of speed. The little bit of speed we have is just where we can hit that bump for Tailwind, but at the same time, we're not that fast where we can do what we got to do in Trick Room. And the one thing I want to focus on is in this game, who gave Aegislash Poltergeist? Poltergeist is so busted. This move fails if the target isn't holding an item. Most people are going to hold an item, especially the Megas. All the Megas have items. So literally Poltergeist is going to be so strong. You got such a high attack stat once you hit your sword form, and Poltergeist, you're just going to do crazy damage. Like for the most part, this thing is putting a lot of things into KO range, to where a Pokemon like Aerodactyl, Gardevoir, Ensign, like a lot of things could just kind of clean up. But then we got Sacred Sword. So Sacred Sword is going to be the other tech there. Ooh, I accidentally hit my microphone. Sacred Sword is going to be the other tech there. It's going to be able to ignore stat change when dealing damage. It's a contact move, so be careful against Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin Pokemon. King Shield is going to be really good because essentially it's protect. You're going to be able to use King Shield here, and you're going to be able to protect yourself, but you're also going to be able to lower your opponent's attack by 2 stages if they hit you. And then we got Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak is just really good priority because between Poltergeist, Hyper Voice, and all the shenanigans that Como has, this team is pretty darn solid, you know? So, you know, I'm going to have a code for you guys here, and I hope you guys join me on the battlefield because we are going to lock in, and I'm going to show you guys how the team works. Alright everybody, here we are on the battlefield. So my opponent looks like they got Charizard, Tyranitar, Incineroar, Venusaur, Milotic, and Garchomp here. So off the rip, they got 3 potential candidates for Mega Evolution. And personally, I feel like it's gonna have to be Charizard because Venusaur and Tyranitar pretty much do a good job on their own. So I think what I want to lean into here, right, is I want to bring Guardian. I want to bring my Ensign in so bad, but at the same time, competitive Milotic, you know, that's all I got to say. So yeah, we're going to lead Guardy. I kind of want to bring in the, yeah, I think this guy needs to actually come in here, Aerodactyl. So Gardevoir, Aerodactyl. I like Aegislash, but at the same time, Mousehold. Ooh, actually, that's tech, Lumberry, right? So Gardevoir, boom. We bring Aegislash in. And to be honest, type advantage-wise, Como can actually do some damage here, right? Because that Dragon typing lets us resist so much on the team. So let's see what we want to do here. So we're going to go against Alejo, Master Ball, rank 4. Alright, show me your skill, my friend. So yeah, that's why we didn't bring the instant, right? You see the Milo's here. The Milo is here. So they're gonna be too nervous to eat berries. Ooh, we copied the competitive, so if they bring in their Incineroar, right? It's actually gonna help us out. But I don't think we're really gonna wait around for that though. I think what I want to try to do off the cuff is I want to do something about this damn Venusaur, right? So I'm gonna Mega Evolve. I think Side Shock will be a good play into the Venu. And I kind of want to protect on the well, actually, yeah. Mega Evolve, Side Shock, Rock Slide. I think that's kind of fair, like, right? Oh, he's gonna withdraw too. Oh, okay, Garchomp's coming in. Not bad, not bad. It's kind of crazy he brought Garchomp in, because I could have just raw dogged the Hyper Voice off rip. You know what I'm saying? But if we can flinch the Milo tick, that will actually be really heat. 30% chance. So we're going to do a coin flip on that. There's a Rock Slide. A little bit of chip damage onto the Garchomp. 10%. Not very effective, of course. There's a Side Shock. We're going to do damage to its defense stat. Decent, decent. Oh, Milo going for the Skull. Aerodactyl holds on, though. Aerodactyl holds on. Ooh, but we get the burn, though. Oh, we don't like the burn. Lumberry, though, is going to kick in. So we're going to be cured of that. Shell Bell, okay. So, yeah, Aerodactyl is so good because you're essentially can just go for stuff, right? So off rip here, we're just going to go ahead and go for the, for one of these. And I want to go ahead and get Tailwind up, to be honest, right? At this point, because if Charizard Y does hit the field alongside Venu, Sleep Powder could be devastating, right? So essentially, we're kind of thinking ahead here. We're in a pretty good position to be offensive. We're not going to do too much to this Milo tick here, but at least Garchomp, we can threaten it. And if Garchomp switches out, okay, protect. I was gonna say, if Garchomp switches out, something else will get chipped down pretty good. There's a Tailwind. So yeah, we're essentially gonna go ahead and lose the Aerodactyl here. But that's good though, because we got another Pokemon for the phase. Here we go. Decent damage. Ooh, Icy Wind though. Okay. Icy Wind, I like that. That is actually really good tech there. Really good tech. He went for the spread move, he lowered our speed a little bit. I don't think we really care too much because we do have Tailwind in play. So I'm not too worried. Right now, I do think it's a perfect time to bring in Aegislash. Aegislash is going to do its thing. So with Aegislash, I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice here. And to be honest, Poltergeist into the Milos seems pretty strong. Like, it's our strongest option for damage on my side of the field, at least. So we'll see what they do here. They're probably going to go for Icy Wind again, because I don't really think Milo's threatening too much outside of it being absurdly tanky. Garchomp is going to get withdrawn, though. That's huge. Okay, Venusaur back in. Man, imagine if we hit the Venu. There's Hyper Voice. Decent, decent, decent. Oh, yep, here we go. Poltergeist. Poltergeist, my friend. Attacked by its Shell Bell. Big damage. And we got Milotic out of here. We didn't really have to worry too much about that. It is meta. It is strong. But, you know, we had some tech options here. So my opponent is going to bring in the Charizard. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, let's see. We could do some things here. We got two turns of Tailwind. Maybe I can go for the Trick Room here. But at the same time, like I said, he's probably going to Mega Evolve, right? So, one of these. Actually, let me see. Side Shock Poltergeist, let's see. We'll see if we can outspeed a little bit. We are Tailwind rather. So if we do it right, we should have Charizard. Let's see. Chlorophyll though. Sludge Bomb, okay. Okay, it's on. It's game time. It's game time. There's a side shot, Guardy. So we get rid of the Venusaur on the opposing side. That's good. That's good. Now, does the Tailwind allow us to outspeed the Charizard Y? And it does. Look at that. Boom. We're going to attack it with its own Mega Stone. Big damage. Dropped it. We dropped Charizard Y in one shot. You guys saw it here first. You guys saw it here first. We just dropped this thing. So right now, my opponent has to be like pooping their pants right now. Garchomp, that's all that's left, right? And we're not really worried about Garchomp here because we got that. And we got a nice smooth called Shadow Sneak, right? So Shadow Sneak is going to be really good here. And if not, we got Como too. So, okay, the Protect, that's fair. That's fair. I should have went for, what's it called right now, though? Trick Room. I could have went for the Trick Room. My Tailwind is going to go out, though. Let's see. We'll switch you in. And honestly, we'll go ahead and go for a Shadow Sneak, right? It's close quarters here. I kind of jumbled a little bit, but you guys kind of see how this team works, right? I think that Icy win from Milo did a little bit more than I thought. Here we go. Shadow Sneak. 9%. Rough Skin. Ooh. Contact move. There's the Earthquake, though. Como and Milo to finish it up, right? Because at this point, something's going to go down, right? We already know Como is going to be able to survive an Earthquake. If the Garchomp does potentially overcommit into a Dragon move, Milo or Gardevoir gets attacked for free. Gardevoir gets attacked for free. So right here, we can just kind of go for Aura Sphere. Hyper Voice, right? Boom. Easy peasy. And you guys kind of see the power of the Aegislash specifically, right? So yeah, there's the EQ. Como just going to easily tank that. I always have faith in the Como. Never doubt this Pokemon. And there's the Aura Sphere. And that's going to be a good game one. GG's to the opponent for an interesting match on the ranked ladder. So I'm going to show you guys another match. So let's hop right into it. All right, everyone. So we're in the next match here. We got a Hatterene, a Milotic, Porygraph, Torkoal, Camerupt. Okay, respect to the Camerupt. That's a Pokemon I hadn't really seen too much being utilized yet. I know it has really good potential with Sheer Force. And we got a Sneasler at the bottom. Of course, we got a Sneasler at the bottom. So off rip, it seems like that Torkoal is going to try to come in secondary. Hatterene's probably going to try to set Trick Room. So essentially, this looks like a double, like a reverse Trick Room type of game. So I'm going to bring my Gardevoir here. Incineroar, I feel like actually does so much here, right? But also, so does Aerodactyl. So Gardevoir, Aerodactyl, Aegislash, and I'll bring in Ensign, right? Because I mean, there's a lot of fire on the team. Incineroar kind of resists it, and we do got that careful nature, which is going to help us on the special defensive side of things. So let's see what my opponent has here. All right, Rickstar versus Billy. Let's hit it. So let's see what he has. Okay, yeah. So Hatterene and Porygraph going to be in play. So definitely my opponent goes for Trick Room, right? I feel like that would be the ultimate thing to do, right? So we're going to use Trace. We're going to copy Armor Tail, so no priority on my opponent's side. So what I want to do here, let's see. I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to Trick Room, right? Because we all know he's going to Trick Room, right? And then I want to bring in Aegislash. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like this is like the best play right here, right? I feel like they're going to Trick Room first. And we're going to pretty much reset it, right? So let's look into it. So Aegislash is going to hit the field. Aegislash right now does have really good type resistance. That Steel type's going to be able to resist a lot of the Psychic type potential. So let's see what they do. Okay, Psychic Terrain on the field. No, don't tell me he's just going to go for the Expanding Force. Okay, I'll go for Trick Room. What does he do? Come on. Haha, yo! We Trick Room the Trick Room. Yep. Haha. Yo, that's what we wanted, right? So essentially what just happened, right? And I set Trick Room, and then he turned it off, even though he needed it, right? So that's so perfect, because right here, we're going to go for the Hyper Voice. And let's see. Like, we kind of got them right there, right? Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice Poltergeist, right? There's a Hyper Voice there. Decent little chunk damage. Stitch is very going to kick in on the Farig, of course. Stance change. Here we go. Now, if the Farig has foul play, ooh, it avoided it. Oh my gosh. How did it avoid that? Yo, the hacks on the opponent's side. Our Spadef gonna drop. Oh, he went for the Trick Room again. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So what we're gonna do here is, he's probably gonna go for Shadow Ball again, right? So we're gonna bring Ensign in. 90% accurate. Oh, okay, I guess. We'll stall out a turn, right? We'll go for the King Shield. You know, we don't want to reveal our hand too much. I do want to preserve Mega Gardevoir for later. So that Hyper Voice does some incredible damage. So there we go. Stance change. I'm going to go back to my shield form. We're going to block an incoming attack. I kind of want to scout out what this Hatterene's up to, right? Expanding Force. Okay, I see. Doesn't affect Incineroar, so we're safe. And there's a Shadow Ball. Incineroar's just going to keep this. Perfect. That's all we needed right there. Now, the Hatterene's very slow, right? We don't want to reveal too much. But I'm pretty sure Aegislash is going to be able to survive. So what we're going to do here is I want to Throat Chop let's see. Yeah, he could do a lot here. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. We're going to Flare Blitz. And we're going to Poltergeist, right? We should be able to tank whatever. Hatterene going to get withdrawn too. He's not respecting me, yo. He's going to get popped. This is going to be some good damage. There's a Shadow Ball. We're in our shield form. So we're able to tank it pretty effectively. So we're not too worried. There's a stance change. Can we land the Poltergeist? Boom. Attack it with his own charcoal. So now, essentially, Eruption is going to be a lot weaker now. And there's a Flare Blitz. Boom. And you know, we got to thank Torkoal for giving us that extra damage. Can we get the burn? No burn. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So I do want to get rid of this for Farigiraf. I'm not going to lie. Farigiraf has to go. We're chilling though. Let's see. Psychic Terrain's almost up. Trick Room has 2 turns. I go for Throat Chop there. And we'll go for King Shield, right? Because essentially next turn, once we get Farigiraf off the board, we can just Shadow Sneak the Torkoal just to do even more damage. We can Eruption even more. So let's see what we go for. Yep, there's a Heat Wave, okay. I thought he was going to tech into Earth Power, but I guess not. Incineroar not worried in the slightest. There's a Shadow Ball. We're chilling. So we pretty much outplayed him there. We got the Throat Chop. And now once Hatterene comes in, we pretty much stopped all the momentum. We took out one Trick Room user, another Trick Room user is severely weakened. Then Psychic Terrain is gone. So I pretty much feel like we're in a position right now just to keep on trucking. Oh, here's the camera. Okay. We're not even really worried about the camera up too much either, right? Oh, let's see. I mean, it is one turn of Trick Room left, right? So we got at least respect it. Maybe our hard switch an Aerodactyl. Hard switch an Aerodactyl. I'm gonna Shadow Sneak the Torkoal just for the hell of it. Like, I really don't want to get rid of Gardevoir yet. So we're gonna see what we can do. Maybe he goes for Earth Power or something. But he is gonna Mega Evolve here. It's a Mega Camera up. He's gonna get Sheer Force, or any move with boosted effects is gonna gain extra damage instead. So let's see. Mega Camera up on the field. I'm gonna go into my stance change. We're gonna do a little bit of sneak damage here. Okay, so we are able to drop Torkoal. That's huge. That's actually huge. I was worried. Torkoal has a lot of defense. Oh, there's an Eruption. Okay, so we lose Aegislash. That's fair. That is fair. Twisted Dimensions return to normal. So I guess here I can just bring in Ensign, right? At this point. Incineroar hits the field. Okay, we know Hatterene's coming. Hatterene we're not really worried about too much, right? So we can go for the Rock Slide here. Parting Shot would actually be really good too. But we'll Fake Out instead. We'll Fake Out the Camerupt. Stop it from playing, do some chip damage here. Hatterene gonna go for the Protect, unfortunately. Okay. But yeah, let's get the Fake Out on Camerupt. Critical hit. Okay, Ensign. That critical hit may be what we actually need to roll the tide. Boom, Aerodactyl. Not a lot of damage. We do get the flinch chances still. So let's hit one of these. And oh, we got to get rid of this darn Hatterene, right? Because if they get Trick Room up, it's all over for us, right? So let's hope for the flinch chance. Oh, no. Look. We got it. Critical hit. Good job, Aerodactyl. Good job. Okay, so Ensign, do your part. Rope Chop. We finish it up nicely. Another critical hit. Oh, man. We let the Princess Gardevoir rest. GG's. GG's. You guys kind of see how this team kind of has a nice little angle to it. Aegislash is severely underrated. It's pretty much the secret tech of this entire team. So yeah, we pretty much got it. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this team. You know, like I said, every Friday we stream. You know, we're gonna have the codes here. We also do team reviews, so if you join the link below, you can join the Alice Control server, submit your team in the Champions Stream Team section, and pretty much, you know, you may have a chance to have me review your team on stream. We'll kind of rebuild it, whatever we need to do to get you on the path to success. But until next time, I'll see you later, and may your next battle be a victory.